Is it really possible for introverts who are afraid of talking to the people can build up their own personal brands online? So this is very important. Why? It's because if you don't build up your personal brand today, you might be lose behind. You might be lose all opportunities that placed in front of the table. You might lose the future careers that you are so dreams to have it. And if you're a business owner, this is very important. You want to sell things to your customers. And actually having personal brands online can help you to reach those kind of audience. Do you believe or not that your customer is already there? It's just that they didn't know that you exist. So show up in front of the cameras, talk in front of the cameras, and build up your own personal brand to elevate your business to the next level. Now, talking to the cameras, right? If you're an introvert, you're afraid in talking in front of the cameras. You're afraid to have a public speakings. And if you're afraid of those things, you're not good in talking to people, you're not good in public speaking, can you really do a good job in developing your own personal brands? Well, the most fundamental things that you need to have, you know it, right? The skill of talking to the cameras. The skill of talking to the cameras is not talent. I myself, a 37 years old introvert guy, this is my 22nd days of practicing skill of talking to the cameras. Why I did that? Because I want to prove that even if I am introvert, you are introvert, you can do it too. Now, I'm afraid of talking to the people. I'm not good in public speaking, let alone deliver my presentation to the mass audience. So how I want to achieve those desires in order for me to build up my personal brands, I need to be able to talk fluently in front of the cameras. It's a very hard thing to do. It's true. And this is my 22nd days. And you can see that even though I progressed, but I progressed a little bit. I quite delayed. I'm not like a baby, you know. You can give some toys and immediately after 5 minutes, the babies have a lot of creativity, so how to use that toys or just throw it away. Right? But the thing is, when you become an adult, you have so much things to consider. You have commitments, you have time, you need to allocate your time wisely. And speaking of in front of the cameras, it's a very important skills that you need to learn. And why? It's because you are introvert. And this matters a lot. When you are introvert, you're afraid of talking to people, but the cameras is not a living thing. And it's a good news, right? You can express your emotions, you can express your feelings, have your feedback just by talking to the cameras. And with each video that you make, you actually make progress. You develop your confidence, you develop the skills, you know how to articulate your ideas in a more structured way so that you can emphasize on the point that you want to deliver. And trust me, even though if you are not a public speaker, but the skill of talking to the cameras will make you more articulate and will help you the most when you want to deliver your presentation to your management, to your committee, to your clients. I've done that. And just to be honest with you, the next 3 days will be my next sharing sessions. I will conduct sharing sessions with my communities. And I use the camera as my practicing zones where I can just rely on the cameras because the camera is not living things, right? It doesn't react to you. It doesn't have feedback for you. So you just need to go on with your deliberations. If you want to deliberate it for 30 minutes, then you need to go along for 30 minutes. And this actually will try to articulate your ideas in a faster way so that when the actual scenario happens, the day of deliberations, you're actually getting more prepared. By talking to the cameras, practicing every day, you will become a more better speaker. Trust me, I've done it a lot of times. And actually, for different kind of audience that I'm facing, I just try to imagine those kind of audience to be behind those cameras. If I want to deliberate in my top management, I just imagine that my top management is actually behind those cameras. If I want to deliberate to my friends, I just imagine that my friend is behind those cameras. And when I keep reimagining different kind of people, my way of deliberation also keep improving and customized to different set of audience. And this is why it's so magical. If you want to talk in front of the cameras, just learn it and you'll be able to articulate your thoughts, your mind in a more structured way. Now, I'm 37 years old introvert guy and I want to build my own personal brand. On YouTube, on Instagram, and you know that developing a personal brand on YouTube is quite hard. You need to make long form content. You can rely on shorts, but short is just a quick win. What I want is actually to win your trust, to be able to connect with you, to be relatable to you. Because I want to see introverts out there, including you, to success and change your perceptions that you are no good, you have no values. Introverts are actually very special people. They tend to overthink. Trust me, they tend to overthink. I'll give you a simple analogy. Sorry. If I want to ask you a question, can you answer it in less than 3 seconds? And the question will be, what is the most important thing in your life today? 3, 2, 1. Time's up. If you struggle to answer that questions, believe me, you are introvert. You overthink of such a simple question. And if you're a business owner, let's try this. What is the most important things for your business today? 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Trust me, I did this a lot with my friends who are business owners, and I did this a lot with my friends who are, majority of them are introverts. And what I found out is that even though they have a business statement, they have visions, they have goals that set in early of the year, I want to become like this, I want to become like this. But whenever I ask them this simple question, they tend to overthink. They tend to have a dilemma, fighting in their inner self. They didn't know what to answer, what's the best answer, what's the correct answer, even though they know the answers already. But when I ask this with an introvert person, because my friends are a mix of introverts and extroverts. And majority, I can tell you, majority of my friends, 80% are introverts. And this probably might be the same with you. Because in this world, if all people are extroverts, then all people can become a leader. Because a leader can talk more fluently, just throw the things that they have in mind. And when I ask my friends that are introverts, what's the most important thing in your life? They can straightly answer that question in less than 3 seconds. I cherish my families. I want to grow my careers. I want to find money. Money is the most important thing. Even though happiness cannot be bought by money, but without money, you can't be happy. So that's an extrovert, you know. That statement alone is arguable, but the moral is that the one thing that I want you to take away is that you need to trust your feelings. You need to trust your guts. So whenever you have a question, even though if you're an introvert, trust your gut. Trust your gut feelings. Instead of trusting these things, they're actually your brain is the processor. And your gut feelings, your hearts are actually the feelings that you want to, the things that you want to achieve, the goal that you want to have success in your life. This is your guts, right? This is your gut feeling. Trust this, because your mind isn't just a processor. Just like when you open the computer, right? Without a processor, you can't do your works. But we have a good processor, you can do a good work, right? But the thing is that the intention of using those computers, is it for gaming? Is it you want to do your job, deliberations, or is it you want to do social media? So it's up to you. So the intention is that using a computer by collaborating with the processor actually can get you to your desired outcome. I hope this helped, because it did help a lot of me. And today, I'm not a very good public speaker, but when I talk, when I present, I practice it out, right? Hundreds of times. And because of that, I become a different person on stage. It's not me who are introverts, but just the different things, the different self, the more authentic myself that stuck deep inside of my heart, my body, my soul are surfacing out. You can see that I'm stumbling with my words. Why? Because I'm introvert. I tend to think that what is the best word that I need to think? What is the way that I want to speak that so that you can understand? Hence, that's why an introvert tends to overthink, like me. And when I overthink, I want to practice it a lot of time before I reach the confidence that I want, that I can deliver those presentations without an outline, without a script, and just rely on my gut feelings. And this is the true power. If you can just rely on gut feelings and pray to God, everything will go smooth, God willing. Because God the Almighty, and we just His servants, right? And as His servant, we need to try the best to elevate ourselves. And whatever the things that you want to do, God will help you, inshallah. Trust me.